You know what rules about Kirby speedrunning? Dust is RNG. Yeah, in well over half of these games, you can manipulate the RNG by making dust of all things. You don't believe me? Here it is in practice. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what that's got to do with anything, but back on track. You can see in Kirby's Dreamland 2 that okay, I'm not sure why I'm getting two of these in a row, but back to business. In World 5, you actually ditch Coup for a little bit, meaning... thank you. That means a lot. Your nice words. I appreciate them. Thank you so much. But as I was saying, Coup is obviously the best animal buddy in the game, so you want him back by any means necessary. So what you do? Oh, we just forget that I'm trans and talk about Kirby speedrunning, please. Okay, so this is gonna be a very different type of video. And technically, it is still related to Kirby speedrunning in a very loose sense. So this is still a topic that I can talk about. As far as the background footage goes, it's just going to be whatever Kirby speedrunning footage that I had lying around, frankly, just because it's not as important to what I'm talking about, universally at least. For those of you who are newer around these here parts, a few years back, in June, for Pride Month, and happy Pride by the way, I uploaded a video where I talked about my experiences as somebody who's in the LGBT, with a Kirby and the Forgotten Land speedrun in the background. Again, I'm always on brand, what can I say? I won't repeat most of what I said in that video. You can watch it if you're interested. And while I'm happy with how it came out, I noticed that it did kind of finalize a shift that had been going on for a while, one that I'll kind of get into later. For now, to get to the point where I can explain what I'm talking about with this gosh darn title, let's dive into some Claire Fluffle history. Back far enough to where I was still Kirby Fan 66. Ooh, holy smokes. I started with doing challenge runs of Kirby games for the channel, and they were fine. The videos themselves are acceptable, and for what it's worth, I had a lot of fun with them. But even since before I started my YouTube, I was enamored with the idea of speedrunning Kirby games. Seeing what the best of the best were capable of, both in terms of people and copy abilities, and even seeing random streams of people who would eventually become very good friends due to this shared passion, it was always just so fascinating to me, and I wanted more eyes to not only be on these games, but the people playing them as well. And hey, what better way to do that than to start a YouTube channel, right? Granted, that very same channel hasn't been doing too hot recently, but that's besides the point. Different topic, different video, different day, blah blah. Of course, at that time, I still hadn't come out as a trans woman yet. So, I came out as trans, started the very rough journey of sounding better. Frankly, I still have a very long way to go until I sound presentable, but here we are today. Simple story, showed that I do in fact got that dog in me, and yeah, here we are. All is well that ends well, right? I even started streaming actual Kirby speedruns instead of just talking and yapping about them. I guess I always have been a yapper, huh? But, I mean, hey, that basically answers the question that I posed in the title of the video, right? I didn't speedrun Kirby, I came out as trans, and now I speedrun Kirby. Clearly, the Kirby speed woke mentality is affecting our... Okay, I'll stop. But seriously, I know the title of this video sounds stupid, because it is, but there are people out there who do make that connection. I know this because people have said it to me in the past, and I had the most insane laughing fit than you can imagine every single time. But also, if I am gonna be real, the connection is kind of there, at least if you squint hard enough. I don't recommend it, it's very bad for your eyes, but if you want to try it, don't. I definitely think speedrunning, or at least the concept of taking a Kirby game and zooming through it quickly, made me want to discover more about myself, which eventually led to, you know. Hey, look, for what it's worth, I know I'm being very goofy in this here video, and I'll probably continue to be goofy in this here video, but the Kirby speedrunning community at large, easily one of the most accepting communities I've ever been in, or seen in general. I don't know if I'd be doing this whole insane Kirby person who is also insane and makes videos rodeo would be here, if not for an accepting community, like the Kirby speedrunning community, behind it. And yeah, as anyone who watched that older LGBT video knows, I knew I was trans since at least middle school, and speedrunning Kirby didn't completely take over my world until Superstar Ultra, which was 2008, I wasn't in middle school by that point. So the answer to which came first, the chicken or the egg, was... Oh, shoot, there's a joke in here, isn't there, that I really don't want to make? Well, okay, whatever. I played Kirby for the first time before I even knew how to read, so if Kirby's the chicken... Oh my god, I'm going too deep. Okay, you know what? Forget the chicken and the egg metaphor. We're gonna move on. There's a lot of psychology wumbo-jumbo that I could go into about possible connections between me and being trans and liking Kirby speedruns, but I ain't a psychologist. I just press buttons in a game and go really fast in it. Yeah, maybe there is more of a correlation between being a dog VTuber and speedrunning than there is with anything involving Kirby. Unfortunately, though, this is the part of the video where I'm gonna shout, "Get baited!" and take a sharp swerve with what I talk about from here on. Okay, look, for what it's worth, I did at least address the topic of the title for a little bit, so I wouldn't actually say you got clickbaited or anything, but the video is about to take a fairly serious, if not personal, swerve onto a topic that's probably gonna upset people on both sides. I'm fairly positive that's just made some of you even more curious. If nothing, again, very good yapper here, but I'm at least warning you that things may get a bit less jokey going forward. I know, I'm not gonna be able to help myself, but if you don't laugh or smile or think, wow, this person's really not funny, there you go, that's why. So, what is even the problem here? I'm trans, I speedrun, the things are sort of connected, but obviously one isn't direct causation for the other. Admittedly, this mystery problem that I'm building up does kind of come and go, especially when the channel does well versus when it doesn't, but let me provide some context. As stated earlier, even though I've loved Kirby speedrunning and have been trans for a long time, I started this channel making videos about Kirby. Publicly coming out as trans came later. This means that, for a while, my whole it was being someone who knew a lot about how more efficient Kirby worked, and I'd share that news with people. And I really liked that. Kirby is one of my favorite things. Obviously, being seen as someone who knows what they're doing regarding something they love just feels amazing. So, again, what's the problem? Well, it's that I'm never gonna be seen like that again, and frankly, it's not my fault. As a Kirby speedrunner, or a Kirby YouTuber, or a VTuber, or whatever, I am a trans Kirby YouTuber. I am a trans Kirby speedrunner. I'm a trans VTuber. I hear this all the time. Me being trans begins to overshadow the fact that I do other things, when in reality, why isn't that the other way around? The things that I do, what I can provide, aren't they more important than anything else? Of course, I'm not saying that people are trying to upset me over it. Some do, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, this all comes from a place of inclusivity, positivity, and acceptance, and that I really love. Talk to many a trans person, and I'm sure they'd happily accept what I'm getting, and unlike what I am saying in this video, they would wear those compliments with pride. It is called Pride Month, after all. I don't know, I really like Kirby, and I would rather just talk more about Kirby, or if I'm streaming something else, I would just rather have that be the focus of the topic, you know? Too many times I'll be playing something and whoever's watching is mostly focusing on what I'm playing while talking to me about it, and that's the peak of peaks, mind you. But before long, whether it be somebody trying to be loving and supportive or somebody just trying to be mean and spiteful, the topic just always comes back to me being trans. Is it because of the way I look? Is it because of the way I sound? I can't be sure about it. Again, my voice has a long way to go. Even though I had a much longer way to go when I started, you could also say I should have started later, and there's a variety of things that you could say. Isn't it kind of your fault? And I don't know, I mean, maybe, but at the same time, can't we just talk about the things that are on screen? And again, I really want to stress to the people who are being kind and positive and fun about it, I'm not angry or vile hatred or anything like that towards you. I know this is very much a me issue, and that most other people in the community, again, they want to wear this label with pride. They're not saying, okay, but what about this other thing that I like? You know, it's a unifying cause that are bringing people together. On the other hand, in a funny, not so funny kind of way, because this video wound up taking way longer than it was supposed to, with this just being such a personal topic, and I honestly wound up flip-flopping on whether I even wanted to make this video or not, I've gotten a good amount of people recently leaving comments on both videos and streams, like the ones I mentioned early in the video, that are just kind of mean, nasty, phobic, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it happens. It's bad that stuff like this is so normalized, but I don't have any desire to pay more attention to these than is needed. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. Honestly, I keep feeling this whole video just isn't necessary or needed, and I'm just drawing unnecessary attention. Honestly, I don't even expect things to change that much. You can't expect everybody to watch a video like this. And kind of similar to what I said before, the obvious criticism of something like this is to just say, stop bringing attention to it like in this whole video. If you really don't like it, just ignore it. Go back to how you were before you came out. The speed woke are poisoning the water. So yeah, you get it. And there's no easy answer to this one. This is the end point of the video. Again, sorry if this was a little rambly and, you know, not speedrun focused, despite the fact that I said I really want to be on a speedrun focus. The hardest thing has really been not talking speedrun stuff throughout this video, but I don't know, I guess I just wanted to get it out there, have it be open. Yeah, I'm LGBT with all of the ups and downs that come with it, but I really try to focus on what I can provide as a content creator and not so much what I am behind all of that. This isn't me trying to cover up some awful crime that I've done either. Again, I just want to be seen as the Kirby person who really likes Kirby, is really fast on Kirby, and I don't know, does some other things stuff too. I don't know, I stream like a bunch of stuff. It's not just Kirby, so that kind of, that just being a Kirby person is like, you know, that's not, since this was a more rambly, less Kirby focused video, I will skip the usual end shtick, with exception to giving that huge thanks to my head patting, Fluffle fan, Puptrins, and Mem Pups, Freakish Uproar, Lady Scribe, Galaxy Fan 4, Heavy Points, and Nightfall. I love you all! And until I see all of you again, I've been Claire. Thank you so very much for watching, and I think I'm finally in the clear to start talking about Dust RNG. Okay, oh my god, it's so exciting. Alright, so, see, in KBL 2, you can, oh, come on!